As a small biz pro, so we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone. It is Friday, December 6th. We are almost completely done with the 2024 year and heading into 2025 and whatever wonderful, beautiful things that's going to bring us. So welcome. I guess hope you guys are all geared up for the holiday season. Actually, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It was a nice 4-day break. So I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed it with your family. And if you were traveling, that wasn't too bad for you. But I know traveling during the November month or during holiday Thanksgiving is like, wow, brutal. But we are glad to have you here with us today. We have a great guest. Gilbert is on his way in to the show. It takes him longer to get from his upstairs to his downstairs to get on the show, but he should be here like right now. And I think he's coming in right now. So glad to have you. This has been a busy week for me, man. When we get into December, all of my clients are trying to get in for the last the year in, and both my individual clients as well as my contracts that I do. And so it has been one busy week, and next week is not going to be too much different. I feel like I'm on roller skates right now. And just 3 weeks. And then the last week of the month, I'm taking time off to be with my family and enjoy my holiday season and gear up for the new year. Gilbert, are you on your way in? He is not yet. This is the time, there he is. And this is the time we should be all, in addition to, hello, Gilbert.
Man,
that long journey, huh?
You caught me. You caught me. I'm changing wardrobe.
His long journey to get to his computer.
Oh man! So I overheard you saying that you're gonna be somewhere for the holiday. You're gonna hang out with family. Where are you going?
No, I'm gonna be at home for family.
Oh, okay.
My travel doesn't start back again until next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no, I'm home for the holidays, but I am going to spend time with my family, and hopefully before December 25th, I'll have time enough to do some Christmas shopping, because this wasn't the week that was going to happen.
Yeah, I'll still do my online shopping, man.
I haven't even had time to do online shopping. It has been a very busy week. Every back-to-back appointments. I haven't got to my water aerobics this week, which is tonight. I was supposed to be going somewhere, but I am actually going to go to water aerobics tonight.
Right.
Yeah, because I need that. But I did go. We went to see Wicked opening night.
When yesterday or the day before?
On Wednesday. Beautiful play. This is the story behind the Wizard of Oz. So there was actually a story behind the Wizard of Oz, and we get to learn about Eveline and who she really was and how she was green, why she was green. And so it was a good time. We had a good time. So it's I think it's there to the end of the month. And now I can go see the movie, which everybody else probably saw during the Thanksgiving, but I was waiting to the play.
Right.
So how was your week?
Oh, man, I've just been trying to catch up on work that I kind of missed some deadline on. So, just been doing that. I did a workshop yesterday, some contract readiness workshop for a group over at USC. So that was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did a workshop last night for Vermont Slauson. It's they have a program called the EMI, and some startups, but over 70 something people.
Oh, hey, those are my
I
kind of
know.
numbers. They're getting the numbers back up.
Well, this one, the 3 people that are running this one, yeah, they make sure. So it's been going on for a minute. I think they have their graduation next week, and
Good.
so they asked me to come in and talk about uh, financial literacy and the structure of the business and the legalities and risk management and stuff like that. So yeah, we had 60. It's actually a little bit more than we had 60. I think there's 72 people in the program, so there were probably about 55, 60 people online. It was a hybrid, and then I was there in person yesterday, and so there was about 25 people in the room.
So let me ask you this, because many of these programs they do this. I guess the culmination is a graduation, and then that's it. The entrepreneurs get forgotten. So what's the next step in this program? What are they going to do after these entrepreneurs graduate?
So the next step in this program is that they do their graduation, then they sign up in the Vermont system, and they get an advisor. Uh, for me, the ones that don't have an accounting system, then they're out or want to talk about some of the other things we talked about, which was insurance, which was legal structure, which was and the accounting system. Um, then they can sign up and they get 5 free hours for me, which not free for
Is
them,
it
not
is
free.
it free per month, or
I
what
know,
is it?
5 hours. They get allocated 5 hours. In that 5 hours, they can help. I can help them get their accounting set up and their bookkeeping if they don't have that in place. And majority of them, quite a few of them in the room hadn't had that set up. I don't know about on a line. So that's what they'll do. So, I can get them set up on Wave in 5 hours. And then from there, they still have they're part of the Vermont family at that point. So the whole idea, obviously, is to get them bank loan ready or a CDFI ready and any other things that are in place. Some of them are actually a contract can be contract ready, or they will need some help to do that. But they will have most of their I's dotted and their T's crossed so that they can at least get that process started.
I don't know, co-host. You know my feelings towards these programs.
So
I'll just leave it right there, man.
and so a lot of them, some of them were already very close to it. But yeah, they some the programs. Now the Urban League program, our people when they walk out, they good to go because this program that we got going on right now, there's 2 of them. Intuit, actually, they're in that system for a whole year, and so by the time they get done, they will have had meetings and counseling, coaching with an executive coaching firm. Then their taxes will definitely be done because they have ProTax will do their taxes for free. Their books will be current and up to date because they actually will have had a live bookkeeper for a whole year. And then from there, they're ready to go. So
is ProTax a new organization?
uh, uh, not ProTax, TurboTax. That QuickBooks or Intuit bought last year. They bought TurboTax. They bought Credit Karma, and they bought Mailchimp.
QuickBooks own Credit Karma.
Mm-hmm. Well, early on, Intuit made the declaration that they wanted to be the end all be all when it came to the financial structuring of a business. They wanted to own. They wanted the whole package, and so over the years,
I get that. I'm not mad at them at all, man. I would want to do the same thing too.
Right. So over the years, that's what they've done. At one point, and I don't think it has happened, but at one point they were actually even talking about buying LinkedIn. But I guess it wasn't for sale. At least right now, it's not for sale. And so then they would have that whole networking piece as well. So who knows? They possibly could still make that happen.
See, they're hitting the right targets. They just still have one piece missing. They need to reach out to Small Biz Pro and so we can deal with the procurement piece because that's the part that's missing. They got everything else
Well,
except.
you might want to reach out to their. I'll find out because I actually will get to see them. We have a live meeting with them. Not this week. I think I have a live meeting with them next week or so,
Yeah.
or definitely in the first of the year.
And because that's the part that's missing. I've been singing this song for what, the last 15 years or so, but
mm-hmm.
nobody is listening. So I take that as an instruction. I'm getting instructions to do something here to make some changes. So I'm going to launch my program, and my program, everything they're trying to do right now, my program is going to do all of that. And then the end result where they get those contracts, that's the part that I'm going to put
Yeah.
the icing
Well,
on
I
the
think
cake
you
on that one.
actually should reach out to their R&D departments at QuickBooks because I tell you that Intuit is a pretty progressive. I've been working with that company for over 30 years,
Yeah.
and they're open to quite a bit of things, especially if they're picking up from the marketing standpoint, Mailchimp, and also bringing in the tax element to it because you can have your accounting done, but you don't have the next step to it. And so this is the second cohort we've done with them, and they're very much involved. They are 100% involved and looking to really help businesses. Now, a lot of that came from Bomber put doing the Intuit Dome. So it's their give back, and but at the same time they're very invested in it. So I say, my friend, go reach out to them.
Yeah, they got all the other key parts, man, but the procurement piece is missing.
Right.
And that's the part that, if we teamed up, my company and them, we can bring a lot of value to small business because our target is not going to be the regular target that they go after. Because many of those entities, they go after companies that's making, 20 million or more a year. But
Mm-hmm.
our sweet spot is that small business and micro business spot, which is anywhere from revenues of 100K a year to 16 million
Right.
average
So
over 3 years. You see what I'm
right. And
saying?
so that's what I'm saying. So now that they've been personally involved with the
Mm-hmm.
small business. So we had 35 in the first cohort. We have 50 in LA, 50 in Atlanta, and 50 in Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
now they've gotten a nice feel of what is actually happening because their
Mm-hmm.
bookkeepers are definitely on point and in the books. So when you're in
Yeah.
the books, you see what the people are, and then they're doing all the other aspects. So I think this would be a great time because they may not, prior to that, yeah, everybody was using the software, but were they getting input? No, because the last time I think QuickBooks actually had the conferences are usually for us, the providers. So, but
Mm-hmm.
the actual engage with the small business owner, that wasn't something that was with a at first hand, right? So now they are. So I think this would be a great time to reach out. The president was pretty amenable. I think I have his information, or I can get his
The
information.
president of what? QuickBook of
QuickBooks, and I definitely have the young lady that heads up the bookkeeping part. Her name is Kiva. We've been working together, and the young lady that's running this particular cohort. So that have put this together. So I think it would be a good outreach for you to introduce. Set up a time and introduce Small Biz Pro because that would be the other element that would really bring the closure. I believe.
Oh, that's what they need, man. And we've been, I've been trying to convince economic development agencies since 1999 to do this stuff, man. They're not listening.
Right, but that's an agency. This is actually a software company.
Yeah, so that's where we want to move. And at some point, I want to talk to you about Wave, because I was talking to a client, I believe it was maybe 5 days ago, and they're bigging up Wave a lot. And I say, well, my co-host, she's been teaching that class, and he said, oh man, they're doing bigger things. I'm going, what? Well, maybe I need to do a collaboration with Wave
though,
in the platform.
For what you want to do, or for Small Biz Pro, it's fine. Wave is fine for
QuickBooks would be better, right?
Yeah, because it's fine for the startup company. But it's not if you're a company that's doing payroll and they do payroll as well. But a lot of times if let's say you're in the construction industry, you got people at different sites. You have different sites going on at one time. You got different projects going on. Wave doesn't have that capacity. It's just a really straightforward online quick accounting system. And their company is Wave is actually out of Canada, and it is an insurance company. That's the parent company.
Yeah, I think you told me that the last time. For some reason I thought they were out of Australia. Then I thought they were in Silicon Valley, but they're in Canada, huh?
They're in Canada. They're a Canadian operation. So they would be great for that small business owner, but ultimately, and when I refer it to my clients, is you can grow into QuickBooks when you can afford it, but this is a great way to get started.
Yeah. Before we bring on our next guest, I want to say, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4:30. And our mission here is to help small and micro businesses become business ready, contract ready, bank loan ready, and even nonprofit ready. Guys, we've got all the tools you need. We got all the experts you need. We call ourselves super consultants, guys. We're not regular consultants. We're super consultants because you get a lot more with us. So reach out to us. We're on YouTube, and you can go to our platform there, the Business Zone, and just subscribe. Some people, when they hear subscription or subscribe, they're thinking they got to put money in it. I don't know who came up with that term, subscribe. I prefer follow. Follow us on YouTube, guys, because it's free. And you can get a notification when we have amazing guests like the one we have on here today, Mr. David Carrington, who is going to tell you guys some amazing things. So reach out to us on YouTube. Our show is being broadcast live on LinkedIn and Facebook. And I'm working with a super consultant and a super amazing woman here. Her name is Crystal Mitchell, guys. She's phenomenal. So reach out to us, okay?
All righty. So we're going to bring our guests on. But before we do that, guys, we do want you to go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to show you how to go about doing this so simply. If you're tuned in right now, you can take a screenshot of the QR code, or you can go over to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, hit that subscribe button so that we can continue to grow our subscribers. Next year, our goal is to monetize all this amazing information that we provide for you free every week. We have been on the air for 8 years, so there is an archive of probably just under 150 videos for you covering every aspect of being in business, starting businesses, scaling businesses, growing businesses. And we also have some amazing interviews with individuals that are running their business and doing some unique and fantastic things as well. So do us a solid, as they say, and go over there and hit that subscribe button and become part of the Business Zone family. We'd love to have you.
Don't be a ninja watcher, guy. Subscribe or follow us.
You will get a notification every time we go on air, which is every Friday at 3 o'clock. So with that, So, you know, Gilbert, we've had a number of different guests on our show. But I don't think we've ever had anyone that was a craftsman and made watches. So this is going to be our very first
wow.
interview with someone that actually makes beautiful watches from his website anyway. And so we're going to bring him on and see how he actually, where that interest came from and how he fell onto that. Because wow, David, you know, most of the people that we interview or people that we know in the business world are not quite so talented or they're talented in another way. But I don't think I don't know. Have you ever met someone that have created a product such as a beautiful watch? Let me just switch you over here.
I have not, and I think that David has a niche here. He's one of those unicorns that we talk about all the time but never see. So we really want to make sure, and all these countries that are connected to us, you know, globally, hopefully they'll get an opportunity to hear his presentation today and go, you know what? That's what I need. That's what's missing from my life right now. You know, so you never know, man. You never know which celebrity is watching us right now. Go, hey, man, let me get that David guy in here.
That's true. That's true.
Right. So let me introduce you guys to David. David is his interest in the world of watches began at the age of early age, and he developed a keen eye for craftsmanship, quality, and design. And while appreciating the intricate details that made each watch unique, inspired by his personal collection. Oh, so that's where it started. And the stories behind each timepiece. David recognized an opportunity to create a mission-driven brand that resonates with watches. So he's in the tech world. I think that's how he started out, in the technology world. And it's always good to see Black folks in the tech world because they say that we don't exist. So now you guys got a price. Not only that, he also is manufacturing Swiss-made watches. And its company is called COMPLSS Classic Watches, right?
No, it's COMPLSS Timepieces.
Oh, okay. COMPLSS Timepieces. And so it's an American-born, Swiss-made timepiece, brand based in Southern California and crafted in Le Croix, France. That it?
Le Chaux-de-Fonds.
Le Chaux-de-Fonds.
Oh, man,
so let us hear.
Listen to him with that French.
I know, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this, David. How did you get here?
Well, before you do that, I'm sure that his slogan or his value is USP. I'm sure his USP is, hey, if you don't have a dime, what's the name of the company again? The watch it's called?
It's COMPLSS.
A COMPLSS.
No. Crystal, you said something about dime or time.
No, it's COMPLSS timepieces.
Yeah, there you go. If you don't have a COMPLSS timepiece on your hand, you don't deserve a baddie or a dime piece. That sounds like a good USP, right?
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. I might have to take that one.
So tell us about COMPLSS. First, tell us about yourself, and then tell us about your actual business here and how it all started and how you're doing with it.
Yeah. So about me is, as you said, I started out in tech. I'm a system engineer by trade and profession. But I've always had a love for watches, and I come from humble beginnings, in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. So nothing's given to you out there. Everything is kind of like a pipe dream that you got to make work for yourself. So when you start off that way, and everything is a thought, right? You have to really work to make things come to fruition. And you get told no a lot early in your life. You get told you can't do this, you can't do that. They kind of like pipe you into a profession early. They tell you. So I expressed when I was young that I was into watches and I wanted more watch books and things like that. And it's like, watch, jewelry makers, and you don't really see us in those industries for a reason. That's what we get told.
Mm.
So, you listen to the people in your life, right? So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll get into computers and learn that stuff because that's where all the money is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not where all the happiness is, right? So it's one of those things where you do the right thing, you get the job, you go to school, and you have a family and you're working and you're making money. But what you don't get told early in your development is that you're still employee at the end of the day, right? So
Yeah.
these guys can, at the whim say, okay, we don't need you anymore, and that's it. Now you're out on the street.
Right.
So um, when I got laid off personally, I got laid off 2 years ago.
Mm.
I saw that as an opportunity, and you know what? Actually, it's funny how it happened because I had like I looked at it as an opportunity to really push my business forward after that, right?
Mm.
Because I wanted to take my own destiny into my own hands. But before being laid off, I had already did the LLC and started doing the groundwork, right? So it's just funny how the timing worked out. It was just weird. Like, I already started, I
That's
had the
because you're in the
name.
timing business.
That's
It
funny.
was like you needed that sabbatical, right?
Yeah, it was so crazy because I did I put in the logo, I did all of the work, and now I was at the point where it's just okay. Now I just have to um, design some watches and go to market, right? Or at least start doing those things. And then
Right.
random out the blue, I get the call. We're restructuring the company and all this stuff. So I get laid off, and boom, that gives me opportunity. I have 100% of all my time to put all my focus into my business and try to get that off the ground. And that's where the business really started to take aim and shape. But getting into it, it's always been something in my mind. It's always been something I wanted to do. I've always wanted to get into a luxury timepiece brand because, to be honest with you, I don't see any black ownership, right, in luxury timepiece. Now
No.
we have black owned watches, sure, we do. We have plenty, but
Okay.
we don't have black owned. Like we're not, for example, when you go to a watch event, a big time watch show, and you got all
Mm-hmm.
the big brands there. You got the Rolexes of the world and the APs and everybody else. You're not going to see anybody that look like me anywhere near those people. No
Right.
booth, no tables, no nothing, right?
Right.
And that's where I was like, from high school, I was like, there's no representation. I want to be one of the people that break through and start the trend or start showing that we can do it. Cause that's the thing is when you can get into the room and you start seeing people that's similar to you, look like you, and now you have to, oh, you know what? If this guy's doing it, I know I could do it, right? You start
Right.
getting that
Exactly.
confidence, and that's where my mentality was early. It was like, you know what? Even if I just open the door for somebody else to really make it big and be that brand that everybody knows and loves, then so be it. But at least we got to be able to have those meetings and do that. But you also got to put out a quality product as well. And that's where my focus was. Okay, I want to make watches, but now how do I go about it to where I can produce a quality watch to where I can have that stature and that prestige and have something to build upon for generations down the line because I'm not making my business just to grow it and sell it. I'm making it to set a legacy. Like
Mm.
that's where Fine Purpose is my brand logo. My brand methodology come from is Fine Purpose, right? Everything has a route. Any route you take in your life has a purpose to it. It should at least,
Right.
right? And it's up to you to find it and figure out what your purpose is. So that's where Find Purpose comes from, and obviously the COMPLSS name is all tied together. You know,
Awesome. Awesome. So you designed the watches.
yeah,
And then you had to find someone to manufacture the watches. So you didn't just do this in the United States. You went to the place where watches come from, to
that's
the
right.
Swiss.
You gotta go. You
Okay.
gotta go to the source. You gotta go to the guys out there that's doing it at the
That's
highest
where
level.
they invent
You
watches.
know.
Right. So what was that? How did you do that? Because,
Oh man, yeah. That was a trip because when you start to really do your research and reach out to different companies and teams based in Switzerland, you have to find people who's willing to work with you and bring what you want to do to life, right? Because you have a lot of the cookie cutter places where they're just okay, this is what it is. You just stamp your name on it, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, you
I
go
didn't
to
want to do
China
that.
and they just mass
Yeah,
produce everything that somebody else has
yeah,
already had, but you
yeah.
wanted yours to be uniquely you.
Exactly. If you want to be a legit company and really want to make a dent in this and cut your own lane out, then you got to do what you got to do. You pony up the money that it costs and really buckle down, right? And it's not like I come from a rich background. I went into my 401k, I hit that savings, and I finance myself. Like it's no,
Okay.
I'm still operating with no no grants, no nothing right now. I'm
It's
trying,
that
Okay.
it's
but
that sacrifice that entrepreneurs have to make, man.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's part of being in entrepreneurship because you got to be willing to take risk, and that's really what you did. You took some risk,
yeah.
by putting up all your money and say, "Hey, it's all in
This is it.
or not."
That's right. This is it. This is just gonna change the family's life, right? So, and give my kids something to look forward to, even if they don't want to do it. They don't want to
Yeah.
take over the
Right.
business. That's on them. But
So
this business is gonna take care of them.
walk us through that process. So let's say
Yeah.
we're here talking on Zoom right now, and you get this idea in your mind. Hey, you know what? I want to go to where the originators are, right?
Yeah.
So what do? You call up the airline, book a ticket, or you call up Switzerland and say, hey,
Yeah.
who is your best watchmaker here? Is that what you do?
No, you. Well, what I did personally was, man, I hit that Google
Mm-hmm.
and I started to compile a list of just watchmakers out in all over Switzerland, um, and got their phone numbers and I called them all up
How
individually.
many did you get on the list?
I think close to 50
Wow.
different companies.
Yeah.
And some big, some small, some mom and pop,
Yeah.
some well known.
So
And
which
I
one
just
did
asked the
you
question.
which ones did you select? The big ones, medium sized one, a small one?
I
So
went with
first, just
a
getting an
relatively
appointment. How do you
yeah,
get?
it's
Yeah, what? Because that's a cold call, man.
Yeah.
yeah. They'll all answer the phone. They'll all respond to your emails. It's what
Okay.
they find out what you want to do, right? So a lot of them, I'll tell you off bat. Okay, well, we do only do a minimum of 1,000, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
they're not. I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm not coming in here with $1 million. I'm not doing 1,000. Like I like to do. I have designs I want to do. So then they charge. That's a charge just to even bring that to even a blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Just because
Okay.
you have to work with them on every aspect of what you want to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
not already there. But then
Okay.
on top of that, then you have the time and there's machinery that has to be used, and so all this stuff have costs. And so now when you start figuring out, okay, well, shoot, if I got to do 1,000 of these with these people, but you have to kind of go down your line until you meet that one guy or that one lady who says, well, we could work with you. We could start off with five, right? Let's say you start off with
Mm-hmm.
five. I could do five, right? Give me, let's
Mm-hmm.
do 5 pieces, and let's work on the design after that. Once I know, okay, the quantities and stuff like that.
So
That's when
then
you
you
get into
want to
the
know how much
materials.
those five are going to cost, then, right?
Exactly. How much are these gonna cost, right? And then obviously it depends on if you're gonna use the materials you're gonna use on the watch, right?
Yeah.
So whether that's a precious metal, stainless steel, the type of steel,
And then you got to
all of
get
those things come
educated
into
in
it.
all those metals, right? To
You got to
see
get
which one
educated in
is
the metals.
durable, which one does the balancing, all of
Yep.
that stuff, right?
Yep, the type of movement you're gonna use, all
Yeah.
of that stuff comes into play, and there's a cost to everything. So, and also for you to have a Swiss made watch brand, it all has to be done there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And then you.
just like if you're gonna drink champagne, it's got to come from France, from that little town called Champagne. Yeah, otherwise, it's not a champagne.
Yeah. But just for you to have the word Swiss made on your watch,
Yeah,
You
has
had
to
to
has to
be
be
from
be,
done.
there.
Has to be
it
done.
has to go there. So did you have to get your designs, your intellectual patents, or I mean, all you
Yeah.
had to go through
So
that whole process?
I went through that whole process. And that was a long process as well. It took 2 years just for me to patent my name, just for
Because
me
you're
to
doing international patent,
trademark my
right?
name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that process is still ongoing as far as because to be honest with you, I mean, there's every watch design. It's not really many new designs.
Right.
What you really can do is you can
Build on,
take a
just build on to
yeah,
something.
you can
Yeah.
build on what's already out there and just and carve your own lane, and have your own look, your own signature, and that could be color, that could be just the style of your numbers. There's very creative ways to do it.
Hmm.
And with me being, let's say I'm a baby in this, right? So
Yeah.
I'm still learning as I go. There's
Yeah.
still tons of just methods and things that I haven't even touched the surface of, right? But that's where you build a community and a network. And there's now that I've been a part of the community for the last year, I'm meeting people, shaking their right hands, and now it's like, okay, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know there's a lot of
Yeah.
little things you could finagle that
Yeah.
you don't know because you're not coming in under somebody. A
Right.
lot of people that get into this business, they were already working at another brand, and they branch
Mm.
off to do their own
Yeah.
thing. So they already have all the inner workings. They already have the connections. Me, I'm fresh. I jumped out the plane. I just got my parachute. I'm ready to just make it happen.
So you
You had a vision and a mission, man.
That's right. I gotta make it work because
you
I
mentioned
understand.
you mentioned trademark, right?
Yeah,
So did you do the patent first or the trademark first? Which one did
I
you do
do.
first?
I do my trademark first.
Okay. So then when you go for the patent, because since it's now international, you have to, because there are two types of patent. Not only do you have the domestic one, but you also have the international one, which includes certain countries. And maybe Switzerland probably wasn't on that list. So then you have to do like a combo patent. So which one of those did you do? Did you do the A, B, or A B?
No, you gotta do well for me. It's A B, right? So
Right.
when like my thought process was okay, let me at least get this established. And then
Yeah.
once it's established, let me attack the next thing. Like
Right.
I'm very process driven. So the
Mm-hmm.
process was already written down and I already had it in my notebook, right?
Yeah.
I keep a notebook and I keep all my notes and I put everything in chronological order.
Yeah.
Um, and it's one of those things where I kind of, okay, this is complete. I check it off, then I go to the next thing,
Yeah.
right? So then when if I have somebody, let's say with you guys knowledge already in my corner, right? Let's say I
Yeah.
already knew
Mm-hmm.
you guys,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me to do A B from the
Right.
beginning,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna go, okay, well, I didn't think about that. So a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff I double back and then I
Right.
figure it as I go.
So co-host, the reason I asked him about that, when I was filing and researching my patent, you have A, which would be the domestic patent, so it's strictly only in the United States, right? It
Mm-hmm.
protects you in the
Mm-hmm.
United States. Then you got B is the international patent, so this protects you in that country, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
AB is the combo that protects you in the United States and it protects you in a handful of other countries internationally, which may include Switzerland. So that's what I was talking about when I said,
Yeah.
AB or AB or whatever. So it's amazing that he knew to choose that one because a lot of us, we just, I just want to patent my stuff here in the US. And not understanding that if because the product that he has is going to be an international product. It's not just going to be product
Yeah, it's
for
not
just the
limited to a
U.S.
domestic
consumers, right?
to the United States.
Right.
And your product is also for higher the luxury marketplace. So
Exactly.
so
So
it's
all
gotta be
kinds of
made.
billionaires, all over the
Mm-hmm.
world will be drawn to that. So that's why
Right.
him protecting himself that way was just amazing. And I'm saying this because, all three of us, we already know this, but for the listeners and the viewers, we want to kind of educate you guys to let you know that when you are doing international business, there is a process, especially if you're doing international business with a product. A
Right,
product.
exactly. So did you
Those
design
those imports.
everything? The band, the box, I'm going to share a
Yeah.
picture because it's really beautiful, guys. You designed every aspect of your product here, right? So let's move him over there. Is
You know,
that not beautiful?
co-host, after you finish showing this off, I have a question for him. So let me look at this. Is nice,
It is
man.
beautiful
Thank
with
This
the
you.
is
Thank
key
you.
lock, and the box is gorgeous.
oh man, this
Yeah.
this is how they did the NBA championship cup, man. They put in a case like this.
Yeah. It's definitely something that I wanted you to have the feeling of something luxury also in the box, right?
Man,
I didn't
this
want
is
to just
giving
send it
you
in a
bragging
simple
rights,
box. Yeah, it's something you can, because you know what, you can double that box as that brown piece that comes
Hmm.
out, and you can use it as a lockbox to store,
I
Oh,
love it.
jewelry after that if you're not wearing your
hmm
watches.
Love
Wow,
it.
very nice. I
right.
like the simplicity of fine purpose, and a good job, David.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
co-host, I'll just give you my address. So when you purchase this for my birthday
Ah.
in a few weeks, you
it,
will know where
it,
to
it
mail
will
it.
have to be for your next week, your next birthday, because they come with a little price tag.
Oh man.
They're not what you would buy at Macy's or J.C. Penney's.
No, no,
Oh
no.
This would be
man.
more like Nordstrom, Beverly Hills. In fact, that's probably where you'd have to go into Beverly
Yeah,
Hills to get his watches.
yeah. Go down on Rodeo. One day soon, I'll have a brick and mortar over there also.
All righty then.
Holding it down, holding it down.
Hold it down. So I'm going to ask this because this would definitely you need to be marketing to a much. So how are you finding your clients? And you really need a nice little rapper that loves watches to be your
See, that was
influencer.
gonna be my
And you a
question.
done
Right,
deal,
right.
dude.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's a part of the growth. That is the fact that when you start from where I'm starting from, right? I don't already have industry friends to introduce me to those type of people, but
Right.
I do have some connections. So, for example, like my cousin, up and coming boxer, right? Gonna be
Okay.
world champion one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bruce Shushu Carrington. He represents the COMPLSS brand. He wears one at all his fights and press conferences and things like that. So, and also, I sponsor him. So when he fights, I usually have a patch on his shorts. So
Okay.
I do have an athlete under my umbrella so far, and there are other things I'm working on to kind of get us out there as well. Other sponsorships that are in the pipeline
David,
that I'm definitely working on.
On May 11th, I'll be on the red carpet there, so I can definitely show this all for you. So,
Oh yeah, you know what? Just let me know. Just let me know. I'll get one to you.
man, I'll be out there, man, just waving
Oh,
unnecessarily to
your
people.
arm, huh?
Hey,
Like this. Hey.
Right. It's showing it, like, it's showing it off.
yeah.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
I like
I
this
actually
blackface one though. I like this blackface one. It
he has
looks.
there's quite a few. I have a client, well, he's actually a good friend of mine. He is a watch fanatic.
Uh huh.
Um and so I will introduce him to you. And
Yeah.
he has a lot of ball player friends and a lot of people in the entertainment out of
Oh,
Detroit. And so let's see if he can help hook you up with some folks that he knows.
yeah.
So
That's what I'm talking about.
David, just like you did your ingenious marketing approach to reach those Swiss watchmakers, man, you can do the
Mhm.
same thing with LeBron James, man. Reach out to him, say, hey,
Oh yeah.
I got a product for you,
Yep.
and you.
I'm in all these guys' DMs, emails, their publicists, LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I
man.
find out who close to them. I'm all over that. It's just out of 50 you might get one reply. So
Yeah.
Right.
you just
Yeah,
gotta
you
keep it
gotta
going.
get that one influencer that will
Yeah.
just take you to all the rest of them because they'll love the watch that you wear, because these are absolutely beautiful.
Oh man, I love the blue face one. I love the black face one. What other options are there, Coles?
So
Let me
blue
see.
face with the blue face and the blue band, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that combination. Here's actually the watches. So he's got a couple of them
Yeah, if
on
you go
this
to
the
mall, you should
wall.
see them all. Yep.
So
Yeah,
co-host,
be able to see 'em.
just in case you forgot, it's December 28th. That's my birthday. Okay, so
Right,
you
2027.
That's right.
keep keep your wrist open for 2027, because that's how much it
Right.
would
keep my
require me
wrist
to.
open. I like
It's
that.
taking me this long to be able to afford them, but they're absolutely beautiful.
So the
Well
ones on
done.
top are females. Is that it? And then ones down
Yeah.
below
Well,
are males.
no,
Are they
they all kind
unisex?
of they're unisex. You
Oh,
They're
don't
okay.
really have to
unisex.
be male or female. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I like the blue
I,
face, the black, the one here, number one. I like that
the
number
Titan.
three. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
right up here.
No, no,
This
no,
one?
no. The
Oh,
second row.
down
The
here.
second
Yeah,
row.
the
Yeah.
second row.
I
And
like.
I like that. What is that? The chromograph. I've always liked
here's
that chromograph. That's a nice look on a watch. Or
the chronograph. Yep,
hmm
So you got the Pathfinder. You have
yep.
the Titan two, and then you got two Titan two.
Well, yeah, different colors. So I put
different
them up
Oh,
there,
colors.
and so you
oh,
didn't have
okay.
to click into one and then search through colors. I just wanted to
Oh,
put them
okay.
up there so you could see
Man,
the
Very
variations.
nice. I
man.
mean, just very high end. Very beautiful. Very
Yeah, man.
Thank,
beautiful.
thank you.
So
See
when did
And
you
what?
I
start collecting watches?
Well, I started early. I was never like a big luxury brand collector, but I've
Mm-hmm.
collected. My first watch was a Guess watch, right? I had a
Mm-hmm.
$150 Guess watch. It had a
Yeah.
little orange color. It was waterproof, and I wore that thing everywhere. I took care of it. And then, I moved on to what I had a G-Shock, right? And then people started liking my G-Shock in school. So I'm like, oh, hey, people like watches. So then I started to like go back and different. And I used to go to Macy's, so that's when I got a Fossil. So I started just wearing a whole bunch of different watches, right?
Okay.
And then people would say, it ain't a Rolex or it ain't the big brands, right? I'm like, well, shit, I don't got 10,000, but
Yeah.
one day I'll make one. And folks, yeah, right, a lot of that, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
you
of
sure.
course. That's this is so not part of when people say they're going to go in business. You have clothing
Yeah,
designers,
yeah. This is
both male
different.
and female, hat designers, things like shoes. I mean, a couple of cobblers that I've met out there in the world, but I don't think I've never met someone jewelry. They
Mhm.
can have jewelry made, but never watches. I don't think I've ever met any of all the travels in the business. I don't think I've ever met a black person. I'm gonna put it clearly, a black
Yeah,
person
yep,
that is a watch designer.
that's right.
So, have
You
you
got
ever
to.
iced out any of these watches?
No, you
That's the
do that.
next step, huh?
Yeah, well, for me, if factory made, yeah, I'll do some,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like how I make them is how they're supposed to be, right?
Okay,
So
I see.
if you want to buy one
Yeah,
and take it to your jeweler and ice it out,
yeah, yeah.
that's on you.
Okay,
That's
I
perfect.
see.
It'll beautiful on your arm.
Yeah, because
Um,
I'm seeing some of those celebrities, man. I can
yeah.
just hear them know, hey man, I want this iced out, man. Put a
but
hundred
they but
K
they
on it.
yeah, but those guys buy the watches how mines look, and they go to their
Yeah.
jeweler for
And
the
they
Oh,
go
I
and
jewelry.
have
see.
a jeweler. And they're a jeweler. They got a jeweler in Beverly Hills that they go to, and they got one in
Yeah.
New York that they do too. That they go
Yep.
to, and then they make that happen. The way they want it to happen. I know there was a young man that we played tennis with, and I actually he came to visit my entrepreneurial class with my kids, and his father, he's an artist, and he's a street artist. And so when he was very young, his father really just encouraged the art history, and then he would take him to art openings, and eventually he showed up at an art opening. I think it was through um, uh, what is it? I can't even think the guy's name, but he met the game, And at that
Okay.
point, that was all it took. So the game bought a piece of his art, and his art wasn't cheap. And then after that happened, the game introduced him to an art to a jeweler that did watches, and he put a one of his characters on a platinum diamond watch, and it showpieced at some art show somewhere, and that was it for him. He was just made. He sells his part paintings for like 20 grand a piece. And he was at that point, he was like 14 years old.
Yeah. All it takes is one person to believe in what you're making and what you're doing, and support it.
Right,
And
exactly.
If it's natural,
go ahead.
Like a natural affinity, like that's why I kind of market how I do, because I want it to be natural, right? I don't want it to seem like, oh, he paid this guy to say it was nice, right? I want you to really like my watches and support it, and then you're gonna do it. You're gonna spread the gossip because you like it so much,
right?
Everything else is
Exactly.
just the cherry on top. Because I have to build, I have to build trust. I'm new, nobody, and I have to beat the stigmas of black-owned brands and all that stuff. Also, right? We only like cheap stuff and all this stuff. So
Right.
I have to like, disprove that stuff, but also, you know, in the same frame, tell my people that it's okay to have what we have. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Exactly.
it's okay. And it's okay to not be able to buy something right away. If you work to it, I'm working towards it still. you know?
So
So
what are your marketing strategies? Because you definitely need a higher end marketplace. So what are you using besides your social media?
right now it's just that.
Okay.
And being in the building right now, I'm blessed to have a lot of people in the watch community. So I'm always being invited out to watch meetups. Um, like a lot of the brands, like the bigger brands, they always have like they host, little parties, and I
Hmm.
always get the invite. So I get to go shake hands with those people as well as the patrons there, hand out cards, introduce my brand, introduce myself, and build interest that way. So I get a
Okay.
lot of like word of mouth type things. So where, for example, I was able to go to a party in May for the Currys, Steph and Aisha Curry,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
they launched their wine, and my wife does business with Aisha, so we got the invite
Okay.
to come up. And then
Okay.
while we was up there, I got to meet a lot of NBA players, people who work for the NBA, and naturally, those guys are all, they make millions of dollars. So those guys are in their expensive watches and things like that. And I got on my compass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they're asking me? What's that? I never seen that before, right? So now it's for me to go, oh, this is my brand. Oh, for real? And then that's where the handing of the card goes. And then I've actually had, a sale from that. So, now I have a sale from someone who's connected, but also, of high value also. Right. So when
Right.
they in circles, hopefully he likes his watch enough to talk about it when they're having their conversations in their cigars and things like that. And I feel like that's gonna
Yeah.
help what I got going on,
So
naturally. Like,
so did you
Yeah, I
did
think
you
that is very organic because especially if they like it right away, and there are men like yourself that are absolutely enthralled with watches because it's just like we women use jewelry, we have
mhm.
earrings and bracelets and stuff like that, but for you guys or the majority of you, it's about the watch, right? And people always go, oh, that's a nice watch, man, because I like to see when a man has on a suit and just that little corner of the white shirt, and then he pops his arm, and the watch just kind
Right.
of pops out. Yeah.
That's right.
so David, did Steph Curry buy one of these, or did his wife buy one?
No, they actually, what's funny is they wasn't even there at their own party. It was
Oh,
everybody else showed up.
yeah.
Um, but it was actually NBA, one of the referees in the NBA. He bought one.
Oh, really now?
Hmm.
Hey,
Hmm.
Okay.
So,
I
and
got
that
I got a direct question to ask you on this. As
okay.
men, we're big on passing down our lineage, or or name. You know,
Hmm.
the Buchanan name is very important to me. So
Yep.
I want to keep that on that high pedestal. So I'm wondering, why didn't you call this the Carrington design or Carrington?
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, I
Because
started
that has
off
a nice, sophisticated ring to it. You see what I'm
for
saying?
sure, for sure. Carrington is definitely a prestigious sounding name, right?
Yeah.
But but some company in China already trademarked my name
What?
in the watch.
Okay. Okay.
I started off as Carrington watches.
Okay. Okay. So, well,
And
we got a
Ah,
solution.
I try to do my trademark, and they
Yeah.
told me no because it's already trademarked.
Well, we got a
yeah.
solution to that, man. It's
Well,
going to
let's
be
first find out what.
the David Carrington collection. That's what it's going to be. Because now that's your name. They can't tell you can't trademark your name.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I can use my name as a collection under the Compass
Underneath
umbrella.
the compass, the under the
Right.
compass. So why
Yeah,
did you
there you
choose
go.
compass?
There you go.
Why did you
Man,
choose
Compass
compass?
because of the motto of find purpose. So compass is a multi-directional
ah,
symbol. So it goes well with find purpose
I
and
got you,
all of
bro.
our
You're thinking.
yeah. So that's why you see my watch names Explorer. Gratitude is one of the
Gratitude.
Oh, okay. So each one
pillars
of
of
them
find
has a
purpose.
meaning. Each one of the names,
Yeah,
Pathfinder.
Titan,
Yeah.
Pathfinder, Titan
Pathfinder,
2, right?
Yeah.
And
Voyager.
Voyager.
Voyager. So they
I
all have
think.
something to do with of a vessel trying to find your purpose,
I
right?
think the
So
women are gonna gravitate to gratitude because that seems more like a female type name. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
nice. There
yeah,
maybe a trailblazer because man, you are a trailblazer in this
Yeah,
space.
that's
Because like
see,
I said, we
see,
we we
she's
talked to
giving
a
you a
lot of
recommendation so she can get her 3% later on, man. So
we talked to a lot of businesses. I've yet to have anyone tell
trailblazer.
me that they design watches. Jewelry, yes, but not
yeah.
watches. So I'd say one of those at some point down a trailblazer because that's
I
really what
think you're
you
right,
done.
co-host.
Yeah.
Trailblazer should
Thank
be
you.
one of them
I
on there.
appreciate that.
Yeah, and you didn't give up on your dream because there are a lot of
Nope.
people if it seems too difficult,
Yeah.
they're like and especially if you hit a couple of roadblocks,
Hmm.
Hmm.
then they may have. And here I know you got this question from especially if someone just the average individual, which is not your marketplace, was saying like, wow, those are too expensive. Are you going to make a cheaper brand, right? So,
No,
Yeah,
no, we're not
yeah.
doing that.
I think like with Compass being the mama brand, right?
hmm
I think down the line I'll do something like how Rolex has two door under them, right?
oh, okay.
So I can do a sister brand and have and do like a lower structure,
Yeah, right, right,
but I
exactly.
don't. But I'll still like focus on the quality of the watches. So, but I'll definitely once I'm an established brand and we're doing well as Compass, I'll definitely double back and have like a sister brand that I'll put out and have like a more pocket friendly structure. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't want to have to come down on the quality. That's my whole
No, no,
thing.
I think, and
You know,
yeah, that's fine. I do think though, if you're going to be in the luxury space, that's where you should be, and you find those individuals that can buy your product at the price that you're selling it, right? Because
right? Yep.
that does happen sometime. I remember years ago, I was going to open up a men's grooming salon, and I wanted it in Beverly Hills. And when I was talking to people about it as we were creating our business plan, they're like, "Well, why don't you put it in Crenshaw?" No, I don't want it in Crenshaw. It got to be in Beverly Hills. That's the clientele I'm going
Right.
after.
Right. Because you don't. The worst thing is for, and I'll tell you from my own experiences. Even now, like it's well, I've known you for how long? You can't give me a 30%
Nah.
Oh
discount or
yeah,
50% discount, or let me get that for 2,000 instead of
right,
five, right?
exactly,
And it's like, you know what? I wouldn't do that to you. Like if I can't afford it, then I'm gonna wait until I can afford it.
right,
Or
exactly.
when we were kids growing up, I mean, I was 15 and 99. So let's say in 2000, right?
hmm
When I first wanted my first gold chain, I had to put it on layaway. And I went every paycheck and I put $50, $50, $50, $50, $50. It took me the whole summer and winter,
To
but
get
I
it.
got it. You know,
Right. You didn't ask the
that
person to drop the price. I mean,
yeah, they're not gonna do that, right? So
right.
it's one of those things where I knew I had to work towards the goal, and that's why I got the goal. That's kind of why I kind of structured everything how I did with the names, the motto, because I kind of live my life that way, right?
Mm,
It's all I have. There's levels to where you are in life. That's why they're priced how they are, and the names are what
mm-hmm,
they are. 'Cause, when you
mm-hmm.
first start out, what are you doing? You're exploring, right? So, once you get to blazing trails and being a pathfinder, that's why that's my
Okay.
most expensive watch, right? That's
Okay.
that's
So
when
there's
you
a
like,
significance to the names.
yes, yes,
Okay.
so when you like a Titan, they all have a meaning behind it. So
Okay. Okay.
I try to make sure there's reasoning behind what you do. And we're always gonna be like a story driven brand. Like there's always gonna be a reason to what we're doing. It's not just, oh, I like this watch, let me make it. It's why, right? It's why it looks the way it looks, is why the design structure, why the color is, like all that stuff has meaning.
Yeah,
And it
it
should mean
does.
something to you. So
Right.
so when you buy it, it means more to you than just, oh, I just a show off piece is something that you really can give to somebody down the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do. Is It's all legacy driven. That's why, I'm big on legacy and purpose.
This is
Every
just I just think your whole mission and vision, and even how each aspect of your products actually have meaning to them, and hope and that and translating that or communicating that meaning to the person that's going to purchase it. So if they're purchasing the Explorer, the explanation of why you named it that is really really cool, right? Maybe a quote that you put on a little card in gold boss, right? So
Yep.
this is why you're choosing this particular brand, and this is the story behind it. I think that's incredible.
every
Thank
small
you.
business has a story, and your story, when this video gets released, 'cause, I mean it's live right now, it's streaming live, but you will be provided with a link that you can go back in. And what you just said right now, that's why I didn't interrupt you. I wanted you to tell your story. You can clip this part and put it on your website to tell your story. You see what I mean? That's
Hmm.
going to be amazing, because a lot of consumers, they identify with other people's story, and that's why they support them. They purchase from
Hmm. Yeah, they like the history behind it. I also think, far as your outreach to really get to that marketplace, utilizing maybe a PR person
them. Yeah,
to write up and get you in like Ebony and Essence and Ebony and the other magazines and I do see on your on your website you have the link to other watchmakers, but really getting that information out there, because that's free press, right? So
yeah.
is someone writing and it goes out across the AP and to whichever magazine that's wanting to pick it, especially if you start to craft that around February, before February, so those that are writing those issues about Black history and that will catch their eyes because they'll be in that, and then in April it's Black History, I think it's Black Business Month or something. Around that time frame, and you'll catch the eye. And right at the present moment, since the election, um, and what we know could potentially be happening in 2025, there seems to be a gathering of Black people that are coming together to support each other and uplift each other. I know there's a young lady on TikTok that just started a whole movement. It's the Black movement. Last count, she had 80,000 people that was following her, and she's erected something on Discord. So those are the young people like yourself that are
Mhm.
really looking to support each other and do what I've been trying to do with my organization, which is Recycling Black Dollars, get people to support Black owned businesses. And so I think they're finally, what is happening in our political world is finally realizing, hey, we have to take care of ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I see it, dude. Those articles also hit places like Martha's Vineyard, anywhere where Black
Yep.
elites are hanging
That's
out.
right. That's right. You gotta reach everywhere. So I'm definitely, I email all the editors, and I know that when they have some downtime, they go through the emails and they find,
Uh-huh.
some of the emails they might have looked over, and they'll double back. So I'll continue doing the outreach and doing all the footwork, and just trying to continue to stay humble, and do what I got to do to build this business the right way.
You know,
That's the main thing.
I was going to say that controversy sells, and another way that you can get some attention, people who weren't paying attention before, is to say, let's put out a little article with a big old title. Hey, why is this watch better than a Rolex? See what I'm saying? Now,
Yep.
people are going to go, what? I never even heard of this. Let me find out about this watch. Why
Yep,
they think they're better. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, get
Next
the
thing you
buzz.
know, man, you'll be
Yeah,
getting views.
get the buzz going on.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him like when the All-Star comes here, and what's that 2026 the All-Star game? Well, everybody gonna be here from the I think the WWE is coming in 2025.
Yeah.
Then you got the All-Stars and you got the FIFA, two of them coming. So yeah, you can get that momentum going on leading up to those. That
Yep.
that would be all you need.
So,
Right.
so I don't know how much the Nokia Theater is still there, right? Co-host downtown LA, the Nokia Theater.
Nokia, or it's not a crypto? You mean what?
You got Microsoft in there, and you got Nokia, where they used to have concerts and all of that.
The forum and all that.
No,
No, no,
now
no,
it's
no, 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 no. Downtown LA, where the Staples Center is, across.
Oh, crypto.
the crypto.
Yeah. But before
Uh-huh.
that, right where PF Chang's is, there is a Nokia Theater where they sell concert tickets and all of that. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because they have that big old what do you call that TV in the air thing?
Oh yeah,
Jumbotron thing.
yeah.
Okay, so if you could get your little advertising space or some kind of deal with those
Yeah.
guys, so your watches are popping up there in the midst of the All-Star game or all
Yep.
these events, man. Think of that,
Oh,
So
yeah.
what you could do, right? Instead of trying to be an advertiser, just say, hey, I know you guys, you probably don't do advertising and all that, but I like to partner with you. You pop my product up on a Jumbotron, man. Every sale I get, I split it with you. That kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah,
man, would
something
get
like
you
that. Something like
some
that.
eyeballs on your
I am
product.
going to refer you to a friend of mine, though. She has a magazine called Sweet Events, and she's actually the CEO of the Black Business Association. Her name is Sarah Harris, and so her magazine is far-reaching. She's had a number of individuals on it. So I'll refer you over to her so she can do a story on you. I think that she does hers I think it comes out every quarter. And then another young man, Jason Lewis, he has his own newspaper, and he does, he kind of hits some spaces, especially in his fraternity, because he's big in his fraternity. He's an alpha, and so yeah, I'll send this around and let them know, hey, interview this young man because this is incredible. I mean, like I said, you're a trailblazer, and I applaud you on going after your dream.
We want to give
Appreciate that.
we want to give a shout out to Miss Andrea R. James. She's in big support of you, man. She's saying congratulations and not giving up on your dream, brother.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
so a lot of people are identifying with you, man, because we know how it is as small business. Every person that we come in contact with family members, friends, everyone. No, you don't really want to start a business. Are you sure you want to do that? Why don't you just go back to school or go get a job at Walmart or something like that?
No, in his case,
they're never supportive.
no, this is what they said to him. Man, you leaving software engineering? What are you doing? Am I right?
No, yeah, for sure. Oh, you can make a lot of money in IT. Why would you, you know?
We don't listen. We don't listen to them. On this show, my co-host and I, we call them street corner consultants because they act like they know stuff and they don't really know anything, you know? They've never been in the watch business. How are they going to tell you how to operate in the watch business?
Right, exactly. And just to be doing something outside of what would be typical of certain people that are creating businesses, they generally stay in the same lane, the safe lane, and you stepped out. But I love the fact that you reached out to Switzerland, man. It's like, we can do manufacturing in China, which is where most people go, but no, I'm going to Switzerland.
That's right. Right. I'm serious about, what I'm doing. So definitely.
Yeah. So what are your future goals? How long have you been in business?
I started the business in 22. I launched in September of 23.
Yeah.
Okay. So right after the pandemic, man. Wow. Okay.
He got fired. He got fired or laid off in 2020.
Right. Exactly. 2022.
Oh,
so he made it through he made it through the pandemic. So what are the future? What is the future goals?
Yeah, my future goals is to continue to build how I'm building, right, and to grow. So I do want to expand on what I'm doing, right. That's like I mentioned earlier. I wanted to do a brick and mortar. So the first phase is this phase, getting the branding out there, getting the name out there to the masses. Once I feel like I have enough traction and sales coming through, then it's expansion. Is trying to continue to be forward thinking in my designs, but also um, put more back into the communities where I'm from and here now that I'm living here. So I want to put more, more watch material, more watchmaking materials in the schools and libraries to generate more interest in younger kids who, they don't know what they don't know until they know it. So, if I'd have had access to some of these things I know now, I might have been more confident in starting this business when I was 20 instead of 40, right? So it's one of those things where you can make an impact beyond just what they see on TV, but in the books also and in the material that they have access to.
Awesome.
I don't know who else you have on your aspiration list, but I'm sure one of the people that should be on your aspiration list is Damon John, the People's Shark, because he can match this up with his FUBU product and all of that. You see what I'm saying? This would be amazing team for you guys to joint venture. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because he's got all these other products that he's pitching and selling and all, but he doesn't have that prestige watch. He doesn't have the watch.
Yeah, so, and he just like you, he had a reason why he did FUBU. I mean, that was the beginning part of him. As far as your give back, I teach every summer, and I also do it in the fall as well. I teach youth how to become entrepreneurs. And so we basically start with they come in with really no ideas. And then some of them do. It's mostly a clothing line, jewelry, athletic wear. So I'm always trying to open the kids' eyes to doing something different and more expansive and things that can really scale to the next level. So the fall program we're virtual. So I'd love for you to, we meet twice a month, first and third Saturday online. But in the fall, I actually do it's live and in person, and we do 2 cohorts. And we're always looking for coaches to come out just one day, a couple hours, and talk to the kids about their ideas, and then judges, because they actually are competing in a competition. And so our competition is we have we're with an organization called Nifty, Teaching Entrepreneurship. network for teaching entrepreneurship to kids. So love to have you come out and talk to the kids, or come online and talk to the kids about just reaching out beyond, because that's my biggest issue with the children, is thinking beyond what the norm is, right? Not doing, yeah, everybody can do a t-shirt line, but if you're doing a t-shirt, you're not manufacturing it, right? You're sending it somewhere else. You're just putting a design on it. So there's nothing unique about that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I would love to do stuff like that. That's definitely and something I'm interested in it. So yeah, just let me
Okay.
know.
Okay, all right. I definitely will. But yes, I am very impressed. Very classy watches. I'm going to introduce you to, well, obviously, I'm going to send that introduction for the two people that I know that have magazines and a newspaper. But I am going to also introduce you to my friend Keith, because he is a fanatic about watches.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely. The more the merrier. The more people I can meet and shake hands with, the better.
Yeah,
I
and he
appreciate
can
that.
introduce you to some of his other people. And he has an extension in Africa and South Africa. His business is he's going to be doing business in both Ghana, and he's going to be doing. He has an office in Ghana, and he has two offices in South Africa. So that could be a nice little introduction. Y'all can work on that. But Keith would love your watches. I'm gonna send over your website to him.
Thank you.
Well, I was
Uh-huh.
just gonna put up the website right here. What's his website?
It is COMPLSS timepieces.com.
Yep.
Love it, love it, love it.
Timepiece is it one word or two?
One word with a plural,
Yes.
pieces.com. Awesome, awesome. So your parents must be very proud of you. Are they entrepreneurs or?
No, no, they're not. I'm the first one. I'm the
Oh.
first one in the
So
family. Yep.
you're responsible for taking care and be the leader in the family. That's it. That's what happened with firstborns, man. You guys are expected to lead, and if you don't know how to lead and you can't lead, you're a failure. That's how they look at you. That's how they look at you, man.
Well,
This is
Got
something
it.
I learned in leadership, a leadership program in grad school. That the firstborn is always considered you're automatically regarded as a leader, and if you can't lead, then the second born is going to come and overtake you and just kick you to the curb, and
well,
you have
most
no
cultures
respect.
is the most culture the heir is the firstborn. So they're expecting you to take over the company, the family's business, especially like in Asia, any of those countries, India, all
Yeah,
of them. That
Yep.
firstborn, if they're coming into families that have started businesses from scratch, then yeah, they're looking for you to be the heir apparent, as they
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's cool. Well, it's been a pleasure, David, and I just love your work. And definitely, we will make sure that I'll be boosting out this particular episode, and so that people will get to see it. And we'll put your contact, he put your website there, and I will make some introductions to some friends of mine that are into the arm candy.
Yeah, you got
Yes, for
you got a
sure.
great product here, man. Great product.
Yeah,
Definitely, I appreciate you. I appreciate
Yeah,
all your kind words. Is definitely, I've been working hard, so it
yeah,
feels good to hear it.
yeah.
so we know what your future goals are. What are your needs right now, far as to
Fun.
help you move your business to that next level?
Yeah, I mean, I would say you could always use more capital to really do the things you want to do. Since I'm self financing my business, I didn't have I was fortunate to have the rich parents or anything like that to
Hmm.
just give me money when I need it. So it's kind of that's the biggest need, which will come with. I mean, my motto is always, as I do business and make sales, that'll fund my business also, right?
Right,
So
exactly. But a bigger
it's
a
just
capital, raising the operating capital, so you can
correct.
actually do that. So what would that look like for you? Loans or equity investors?
For right now, I would think um, grants and loans probably. Unless I come across somebody with good intentions and it makes sense, then I'm willing to talk. But
Mm-hmm.
that's more so kind of like a
Down
kind
the
of
line.
I cross that bridge when I get there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's some organizations. I don't know if you're involved with any of the community organizations that have programs and cohorts that a lot of times there may be money on the backside of it. The Urban League, which is one of the ones that I do coaching for, they do have. Um, they had a last year an Intuit cohort. They have it this year too, but it's not as much money coming out of it as it did last year. It was $10,000. This one, and but for you, it may actually be beneficial for the next cohort. So you go; it's a year program. They provide you with Intuit at no cost for a year. They provide you with a bookkeeper at no cost for a year. And they will do your taxes with TurboTax, and then they have a executive coach firm that works with you. And then at the end of the day, when it's all done, the year is up and your taxes are done, and you actually have access to MailChimp as well. All of these are part of the program. The first cohort, it was a $10,000 grant on the front end, on the back end of it. This year is this particular cohort is going to be 5,000 because they've spread it out to a couple other states. But the caveat that would be beneficial for you is the graduation. They've been trying to work with, because this is coming through the Intuit Dome. That's where the money came from, Bomber, and the whole arrangement came in through that. So they will invite you to the dome at one of the games, and then your product or your brand will be advertised on all of the teletrons at the game. So that would be a benefit for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then the other part, couple of the clients got billboards right in their area or in the area that would be able to see. So there was like 4 of them I know that got billboards put up at the cost of the of that. So I'll make sure you get information on those when they come around. And then there's another program, and then you have Vermont Slauson that does. They are CDFI, so they have some loan products and stuff over there if that's what you're looking for that. So I'll refer some stuff over to you because I know new businesses always need capital. And the coaching is not bad. I mean, you get to get free coaching, and so that's helping you to move forward. So yeah.
I appreciate that. I definitely look forward to all that information, so I can definitely make that,
Yeah, we want to see you successful. So whatever that takes for you to do that. And at the Urban League, we have a Cha-Cha. She's a marketing guru. Gilbert has used her. She's one of the consultants over there. We have a guy named Gil Cargill. He can help you. He's a dynamic salesperson. So he can help you put together that right sales pitch and to close the deal, because that's what he does. So there's some people over there that could really be beneficial for you to really get you to wherever that next goal is that you want to be.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Well, it's been awesome. Thank you for spending the afternoon with us. We're excited about your journey. Definitely stay in touch with us. I want to open up a magazine like a Sports Illustrated. It's like, whoa, he was on our show.
There's a guy that show up on YouTube all the time in commercials, and he does marketing. He was on our show too, and when I saw him, I said, wait a second, wasn't this one of our guests? So I called Crystal. I said, Crystal, wasn't this guy on the show? She said, yes, man, that guy been playing his videos like 10 times a day. I'm sure he's making money,
Yeah, out there. Yep. So we want to see you be successful. I want to see you, like I said, in any of those wonderful high-end magazines.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm working towards it. You're definitely gonna see it soon. Soon, I promise.
Okay, all righty. Well, congratulations on following your dream, as Andrea says, and keep moving forward and doing your
Don't
thing.
give up.
And
Don't give up.
Will do. I
yeah,
won't. I won't. I'm definitely gonna keep trying to, blaze this path I'm blazing, so I can,
I,
reach the mountaintop, but also pull some other people up with me and let them do
yeah.
their thing too.
Well, you got a
So
great product, so it's very classy, and the journey that how you got there, your story is awesome.
thank you.
So yeah, you're on the right track.
That's what I like to hear.
All right,
we
man.
we
Well,
love it. But thank you so much for being our guest today. And for those of you that are listening and those of you that will be listening, you want to reach out to David if you have any contacts that love the watch, the classic timepiece, and you can make some referrals for him, especially if you know any athletes or entertainers that are into the luxury watch market. Just make some introductions to him on your IG.
That's right.
will
Compass
do.
Timepieces on IG, and just
Yeah.
just hit me up. I'm here.
Okay. So you guys follow him on his social media, and 'cause all you need is one good influencer, and
Right.
it'll take you home, right? You just need
Right.
one.
That's one.
All right, David. Thank you so much for being on our show today. We so
Thank you.
appreciate meeting you, and
Definitely.
your merchandise or your product is amazing. I like seeing when people really go out there and do the real thing.
That's right. That's right. You got to, And I try to represent. I didn't. So even with that picture there, you see, is an arm that look like yours, right?
Right,
So
look like
try
mine.
to exactly.
I like
Awesome,
it.
So
awesome, my brother.
thank
Thank
you. I
you.
appreciate it.
All right, thank you. So good luck, and we'll be following you on your social media as well, and referring you to anyone that we think would be a client for you, a
Thank you.
customer for
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate your support and all your time you're giving me today.
All right.
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, we're gonna sign off today, and we will be back next Friday. Not sure who our guest is next Friday. I think I got somebody already getting ready to sign up this week. But anyway, Gilbert and I will be here next Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If it's not a guest, then it'll be the two of us doing our class and session. And so please come out and join us again. Also, go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button so that you will get notification of every time we go on air. And then check out some of the other videos over there. There's some very valuable information. Myself, I've been a business coach for over 30 years. Gilbert has been about the equal time as well. Gilbert is all about you tell them about yourself, Gilbert. I do financials and financial strategies. And Gilbert,
Anything to get you ready for government contracts, from the certification, taking care of your back office, getting all your infrastructure and all your paperwork in order, and ensuring compliance for your small business. Means you're meeting regulation guidelines for city, county, state. If you want to bid government contracts, again, I'm there to assist with that. You want to develop a capability statement or a statement of qualifications, all of those things. If you need it now, or if you need it next week, next month, next year, we can do those things for you.
all righty. So there you have it, guys. If you got a need to excel in your business, to start your business, to perfect your business, this is where you come to get that wonderful information. And not from the street corner consultant,
That's
but from
right.
those that really are out here doing business and
We
and um, and can help you achieve your goals. So
we gotta
with that,
banish
Gilbert.
we gotta banish those street corner consultants, man. They're making it bad for us.
True that, man. True that, man. Again, thank you for joining us today, and we're going to sign off, and we will see you next Friday.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
As a small biz pro, that's how we roll. Using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, that's how we grow. Using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.